Hey there! Today we'll be talking about a pen that I bought a long time ago, and I thought I had reviewed it, but apparently I did not. I checked my entire YouTube channel. It's not there. And that's really weird, because I was convinced I had reviewed it, but I've had this, well, a year and a half, something like that, 2 years. And this is a pen that I think I bought from mappamundi.co.uk, I think. And it's a pen by the brand Coles, C-O-L-E-S. And this is their Casimir Pearl Band model. And I really loved the shape of this pen when I saw it. It looks like a time capsule. It looks a bit like a pregnancy test. But in any case, it has a very fascinating shape. I'm going to cover the parts of the pen, tell what I like about it, what I don't like about it, and then I'll do a writing sample. Now, one thing that happened is when it arrived, the nib tines, when I would look at them from the front, were not like this, but one was literally like that, 90-degree angle. I'm sure the company I bought it from would have replaced it if I would have asked that, but I didn't. I just decided to snip off the nib tines and just grind it to an italic. You know, just for fun, just so you know. Okay, so we have the cap, very shiny, as you can see here. Nice clip. The clip is pretty tight, almost unusably tight. Then you have this, which is actually mother of pearl. I think it's quite nice. And then you have the barrel that is very tapered. Okay, you have a section. The section is metal. Yes, it's a bit slippery, especially when you've got sweaty mitts. And then here we have the nib. The nib is an iridium point nib, and look at all the breather holes. 2 there, 3 there, and then on the other side 3 there and 2 there. I think it's aesthetic, but it's a lot of breather holes. Okay, the pen takes international cartridges, but I was able to fit in a Kaweco converter. Other converters don't fit, because the barrel tapers off too quickly. It's too not deep enough. As to size, it's not the biggest of pens, but you can't post it. I mean, you can put the cap back on there, but it won't really stay, and I have not found a way to make it stick. It has one of those white plastic inner caps, and I just couldn't make it stick. So be aware, if you're going to buy this, you're going to have a tapered pen that's quite small. Alright, what do I like about it? What do I not like about it? Well, the nib, so as I said, I mean, it comes as a regular nib, but I just turned it into an italic nib there. It's a fun nib. I've definitely had fun adjusting it, but of course I don't really know what the pen wrote like with its normal nib. I can't really comment on that. What I can say is that I love the design of the pen. This is a really fancy pen. You can take it to a meeting, you can look cool, it looks fascinating. If you care about such things, something you could do. It's very modern design, and I like that. I mean, we have a whole lot of pens that look roughly like this. Jinhao X450, like the pen, but it's all roughly the same shape. Very different. I like that. Things I don't like: the size. Yes, it is a bit small. Yes, the section will get a little slippery when you write with it. Your hands get a little sweaty. And yes, it definitely is on the small side of things. Having said all that, for me, this pen is about the design, and I really love that. Now, I'm just switching on my scale there. Let's take some measurements. And switch on my calipers. Oops. Capped, we have 5.38 inches. That's 136.7 millimeters. Uncapped, we have 117.6 millimeters. That's 4.63 inches. Section diameter at the narrowest point, 0.32 inches. That's 8.4 millimeters. At the widest point, 0.42 inches. That's 10.7 millimeters. Okay, let's take the weight. That is with a Kaweco converter in it. Doesn't hold that much ink. 30 grams. A lot of metal. It's not the lightest of pens, but it's not super heavy either. Guys, I think that's all. I think we need to see this pen in action. That's what we're going to do next. I hope this was useful, and I'll gladly see you later. Bye bye. Okay, so here we go with this pen. I got my underlay. This is the Kohl's Casimir Pearl Band. The ink is Kaweco Sepia. Yes, Kaweco Sepia. Okay, now the ink, sorry, the nib, as I said, I think it was a medium, but it's now actually a, well, an italic, I would say. Maybe a bit of a stub because I made it a little round, but that means that you get this pretty nice line variation, adding a little bit more expression to your writing. And it's actually smooth, so I did a good job. Jumps. And this just goes to show that sometimes what you should do is have fun with your nibs. This was not that expensive a pen. It comes with a bent tine, pair of pliers, snip, and then micro mesh, smooth it out. I have videos on how to do it. It's called Hero 616 Nib Regrind Terminator style. I'll show you exactly what to do. You end up with something like this, which is quite fun. Okay, bit of fast writing. The nib is a lot broader than it was supposed to be, so the feed may not be used to that, and yet it keeps up very well. No skipping, no skidding. That's quite nice. Wetness. The sepia ink is a little bit on the dry side, but you do see you get a relatively nice wet line out of it. Line variation, well, because I ground it into an italic, it has a bit of natural line variation, as you can see here, or there, but with some pressure, the nib does open up a bit to give you some more line variation. Reverse writing, I haven't smoothed out that side of the nib, but you can do it if you really want to. So this is not really the pen how it would write if you would buy it, but it's something you could do with the nib, or with any nib for that matter. I like it a lot. I like using it. I like the looks. A little small for people with bigger hands, fairly fine section, but a nice looking pen regardless. So guys, I hope this was useful, and I'll gladly see you later. Bye bye.